Hey Gemini, I love you guys. I just want to hug you. You were also great in my last video. I had so many comments, I had people messaging me, I had the biggest amount of views on Gemini, so whatever it was that you was going through, I think I just remembered actually your reading, which was a bit controversial, guys, bit interesting. Do check it out, because hearing that one and this one might give you more overall clarity. But just thank you so much for coming to my channel. It's a pleasure to do your readings. But this is going to be a tarot reading for Gemini from the 15th of July to the 30th of July 2017. Please do remember to subscribe to my channel, because I will be updating this every 2 weeks. So yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna shiver. The Tower. The Tower is about there being foundations and a building on those foundations, but because the foundations were originally weak, although the tower may be strong, everything has collapsed. And that's what happens with the Tower card. People will still try and live in this tower, even with the knowledge that one day it's going to crash, or even with the knowledge that one day it's not going to work. And this usually happens where people, oh yeah, they're stuck in a rut, but they just go along with it, go with the flow, with the knowledge that it's not going well and that it's not enjoyable. So what weak foundations have caused you up to this point? Got the Two of Pentacles here. Now the Two of Pentacles always talks about work and life, because if you haven't got a work-life balance, then it's not going to work. And with that crossed in the Tower, this is what is happening. This mental image that everything is just not working, everything is just falling down to the floor, and you feel like you're not in control. Now the Tower happens for a reason. Just so does most things. You may not feel that. But if you are working hard and not playing hard, or playing hard and not working hard, then you're going to run out of resources, you're going to run out of energy. And that's what's happened. And change happens for a reason. And you need to remember that those foundations, that for next time, you need to work on them slowly, thoroughly, and with form. And you're going to do that because you don't want it to happen again. Simple as. You're fed up with it, tired with it. Quite recently, you would have started perhaps a new apprenticeship, a new job title. So maybe you're moving up slightly in the thing, or starting to learn something new. But I almost feel like that's been short-lived. And you should have stuck in it. You should have stayed in it. You should have stayed in it. You should have stuck through it. Just because it got hard. You can't expect to reap rewards if you don't put out, one, the message to the universe, and two, the effort. Gems. And you would have felt like you were working really hard. So it's just like, how much work do I have to do? You know? I want to go out and I want to socialise all the time. I don't give a damn about work. Or maybe I just want to socialise all the time. I just hate my job. And my number one advice here is, guys, if you're not happy in something and you're not willing to change it, there is no way for you to move forward. No way. And that is why the Tower card comes along, because it's something that needed to happen. And if you, universe, eventually made it happen. You quite literally could be forced into a situation where you're going to have to move. You're going to have to leave work. You're going to have to completely clean the slate with some people, completely move on. But everyone has to go through this. And loads of people have. And you may literally feel like you are falling from a burning tower and everything that you'd worked for, all the effort was for nothing, and it's not the case. All those memories, all the things that you'd learned up until that point aren't disappeared. They're up here still. And you're clever. You can logically look at the situation and you should think, this is good. You know what? Deep down, I actually needed this. Because I felt like I was lying to myself about who I was. Lying to people about who I wanted to be. Lying to people about who I wanted to be with. Because what you really want? Well, yes, the ability to enjoy yourself with the Eight of Pentacles. This is your future card, guys. You want to wake up and you want to smell the roses and reap the rewards, but they're not going to happen on their own. And it's going to take a long time for you to build up the confidence again to step outside of your house and feel that you can do this. Because life changes when it sadly has to, and right now you're not going to feel like that. You're going to feel like the world is against you. And this has happened in a couple of my readings so far. There's some people just don't feel like the world is working with them at the moment. Any resources, any courses that you've done and that haven't been up to completion now won't be. But you will need to start a new thing. Even if it's just a course at work, a simple first aid thing, or a new word processing. I don't know. I'm not a career guide, but you want to be able to wake up, smell the roses, and just be fine and feel all the world. But that's not going to happen overnight, especially with what this has happened here. So focus on building those foundations. Focus on, how am I going to bring in the money in the month? How am I going to have the confidence again to speak to people? How am I going to have the confidence to start something new? How am I going to have the guts? How am I going to take the risk? I don't want to take risks, you may be feeling. But if you haven't been working hard, then it was just a matter of waiting. And if you were working too hard, then it was just a matter of stress piling up on top of you. Or it's just a matter of time of you avoiding the reality. And to get the work-life balance, you're going to need to secure those foundations. Don't have any holes in the boat. You wouldn't sit in a boat that you know is going to sink. Like the Titanic. If you could go back with the knowledge that the Titanic was going to sink, would you sit on the boat anyway? And if you do, that would be very reckless. Listen to your intuition. Something doesn't feel right, probably isn't. And if you want to wake up and smell the roses, you've got to start listening to your intuition more. But yeah, I hope that reading helps you guys. Not so positive. I really am sorry about that. But change has to happen. And it has, and it will. And things will go so much at full speed right now. You're like, oh, I don't know what's happening. And you've just got to hold on and keep going. And you will get there, but not right now. You will need some time to heal about this. And have the confidence again. Don't expect too much of yourself the next 15 days. You're going to want to just, I guess, exist, not really think about it, not really focus on it. And you might have to, because if it is as drastic as I'm looking at it, effort is going to be needed to really change. And as much as others are willing to help you, are you willing to help yourself? Gemini. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into my reading. It's an absolute pleasure doing this for you. If you'd like to subscribe, then do subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing this again in 2 weeks. But apart from that, if you would like a private reading, contact me on the details below in the description. But more than anything else, look after yourself, guys, and